What's happening, y'all? Time for another video. So had a few weeks off, busy on the weekends, trying to get stuff done. Went to a nice wedding up in Boston. See a couple of my buddies live up there. Haven't had much time to work on the old Willys, so kind of plugged around a little bit today, around the shop, garage. Kind of put some stuff in order. This one is not getting a methanol kit. I'm just running E85 on it. It's not going to be driven on the streets. E85 is pretty common down here. Now the quality, that's another thing. I'll need a E-tester, but besides that, this was in the trunk of the Grand National, this was in the trunk of the Grand National, that was in the trunk of the Grand National, along with a bunch of other garbage. So methanol kit, that's gonna go. I don't have use for it, and I'm not putting it on the Grand National. That's gonna be a fairly stock build. Torque converter from Full Throttle, the Revolution X 9.5, that's gonna go. I lied in the last video. That does not have a Monster 200 4R. It looks like some other shop, but there's no Monster logos, which kind of makes me feel better about it. So it's got a deep pan on it already. I have this extra TA deep pan for a 200, so that transmission really needs nothing. I mean, it's super clean, it's non-lockup, I mean, even the motor in the thing, that I blew up in the thing probably only had a couple thousand miles on it. It was a rebuild from who knows what company, but either way, that motor, still waiting for it. Who knows? But supposedly it's in transit through Harbor Freight. What I did get done was, I threw a nice turbo blanket on there just for show, because this thing don't go. Got TPS wired up and a couple extra leads for sensor reference. Kind of leaving all the stuff a little loose right now. So we have our outputs and stuff for fuel injectors and for coils, yada yada yada. Fuel pressure sensor. I'll probably change these things out anyways. These are like eBay specials. I'm gonna end up putting a gauge in here. As you can see, this is a 4-inch inlet on the turbo. I'm gonna try to keep all these wires nice and clean and tucked and pretty looking, but the idea is the cold pipe's gonna come out here and boom, right out the area of the headlight, or below it, who knows. And then the piping to the intercooler, I was gonna do probably a 90 out of here, and then shoot it out. And then the intercooler is gonna go right in front of the frame rails here. So that general area. So the idea is pipe out, down, this way, and same deal on this one. So I've been looking at intercoolers online. I think we have a few options with same side inlet and outlet. I was gonna go water cooled in this thing, throw a water tank up front and all the extra wiring. Maybe eventually, not right now. So not interested. I want to get this thing rolling. It's been sitting dormant too long. My plan now is to get this thing wired up. Like I said, the TPS is hooked up to the fuel tech. It reads perfectly, even though I don't have the throttle hooked up. When I go like this, it works. So it reads to 100%. Now it's just going to be separating wires. Lovely wires. And maybe throwing some labels on them so I don't have to keep looking at the schematic on the laptop because that gets tired quick. And I can hook up all my my sensors, my wires, my injectors. These are just standard adapters. Boom, boom. I'll just deep pin the ends of these, solder it on there, solder on the lead, and call it a day. So, knock sensor, I'm gonna probably change it from the stock cell knock sensor to something better, and start running vacuum lines. So, over here, brought the cable, 2 bundles through. It's not going to sit there permanently. It's not going to be riding on the dipstick because it's braided. It'll cut right through that. That's heat shrink. So after I'm 100% sure that I have everything out here, I'm going to heat shrink it up and then just get it over there up and out of the way. So leave a little slack in there so I can move with the motor. So either way, that is my plan, to get the wiring at least 100%. Inside's pretty good, so got the switch panel all wired up and pretty much ready to rock. There's some other stuff in here that I have to hook up, going to relays and stuff, but for the most part I think everything is, it's probably like 70% in here. I need to hook up the starter. I ordered the starter. I ordered a ton of good stuff for this thing today. What do we get? We get the starter, stainless header studs, wastegate. It was an expensive one today. Let's see what this thing was. Not that the money amount matters, but I need a refresher on what was actually ordered. Fuel line. So the fuel line's coming. Got a -8 and a -6 for the return. Intercooler piping. Transmission lever. So that's the plate that connects from the shifter to the cable to the shifter. Blow-off valve, some stupid hydraulic fittings for sensors, like the T for the oil pressure, main shutoff, and battery relocation kit. So let me see if I can put my light on here. Right now the battery's just chilling there like a mess, but that's just temporary, so I can make sure I don't have anything wired wrong and kind of give this thing a good run through, shakedown. So yeah, wiring and hooking up some vacuum lines, bolting the parts that are coming in, and oh yeah, I got a set of pulleys on the way too, some nice RJC pulleys. So then I can start getting the alternator bracket, the tensioner pulley. Oh, I also ordered the Motion Raceworks steering column with steering wheel and button. So this is it's hopefully going to be started soon. I can't wait to hear this thing. I'm sure my neighbors can't either. So I'm going to shut you guys off right now, and we'll pick back up in the morning to see how far I got. Okay, clearly I lied. A little schematic, this one page of it. You see there's a little sensor hanging there. I'm amazed on how easy this fuel tech is to wire up. I mean, I just have, obviously nothing shorted, but it's just chilling here with, just twist it up, and I got the air, coolant, pressure sensor, which is, lights up a little bit when I blow into it. Everything but the crank and cam sensor, and I'm amazed. Everything's registering. I had to change the calibration file for it, but I don't know if you can see that, but that should be 100% and 0 on the TPS. Really impressed with how easy this is to wire. I was scared for a minute, I'm not gonna lie. You get to learn a lot about what's needed with a fuel injection motor. It's pretty friggin' awesome. I mean, I've worked on fuel injection motors before, you know, change injectors, yada yada yada, sensors, but to actually know what a TPS is reading, what coolant temperature sensor is supposed to be reading, how it works, what it's putting out for a signal, like a reference signal, and it is probably one of the coolest things lately that I've learned. So now that I verified that I'm not an idiot and I know how to wire this stuff up, I'm gonna remove all this crapola, solder it, and throw it in some shrink tube, clean this up. All I'm gonna get done now for the rest of the tonight is just put the injector wires to where they're supposed to go, and bring the coil wires over to where they're supposed to go. So yeah, injectors, you know, 1 through 6, and just bring the coil wires over, the coil signal wires, and I think she'll be pretty good to go, man. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with the coil mounts yet. I forget the name of the company. I think, I'm not even going to say a name because I'm not going to screw it up, but there was a valve cover mount, jammy joint. I do like the Motion Raceworks ones for the roll cage, but as you can see, there's no cage coming through the firewall and there's no place to mount it. So maybe in the future, but for now, man, I am really impressed with this fuel tech system. I don't know how, you know, I watched a dyno video the other day. It was like 2,800 horsepower. I don't know how the thing can be that simple, all in one. I mean, there's no other box anywhere. It's that screen, and all the wires go into that screen. You know, the map sensors built in, and how easy it is to wire. I'm gonna put sensors all over this thing, wheel speed sensors, everything. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Yeah, I mean, they get you on like the O2 can system. Who cares? I mean, I still think I'm going to be under what it would have cost to run a Holly. It's the best, man. Absolutely the best. Either way, I'm done pitching that stuff for the night. I'm going to string these apart and we'll catch up tomorrow. For real this time.